Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks bringing you your daily Tesla report for Wednesday, April 30th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. The big picture, the big takeaway is buy signal received, 288.50. We closed above that structure on Tuesday, also above the 287.97 channel top on Tuesday. We cleared both, settled above both. This is indicated now 3 to 5 weeks likely upward continuation, could be within 2 to 3 weeks given recent volatility to the 376.84 descending two-thirds speed line, which will over the next 3-4 weeks converge with the 351.39 50% upside retracement. So this is really the zone. It will be narrowing gradually, but if we were to rip up here within a week or two, I'm going to stick with 376.84 as our primary overhead resistance. So you know. On the way up, we do have a 3/8 upside Fibonacci from the December high against the more recent April low. I don't see that today. 303.94 is an intraday resistance level today that you can see here. Just kind of a pullback high that was very brief before we collapsed again. A lot of times these wind up holding at least on an intraday basis. I see this area as likely today. And let's just say that if we close above 303.94, 319.02 likely tomorrow, where we can place a daily high. And if we close above 319.02, we would have, a secondary buy signal that should yield within a week or two the 351.39 50%. And we could top out here for a day, perhaps a week. But 3 to 5 weeks from now, we are expecting 376.84, so long as we continue closing above, of course, the 287.97 to 288.50 area. So this is a base of support for day traders, once again, up to the 303.94 level, for 3 to 5 day swing traders, up to 319.02, and for 3 to 5 week swing traders, up to 376.84. Now for the downside, if we happen to break or open below 287.97, 272.42 is not out of the question today. That is the low of the high. The high this week was actually put out on Monday. And so 272.42 in reach today. I will say that if we close today below 272.42, that actually is a complete reversal of momentum. But nonetheless, merely closing back below 287.97, I think we have a good high not only for the week, but even into May activity. This failure to follow through on such a classic buy signal above the 287.97 to 288.50 area, if we were to close back below 287.97, I think selling pressures could build. Sellers will rush in, long liquidation, 272.42 attainable intraday, 254.56, a 50% downside retracement would be our 3 to 5 day swing trade if we close today below 287.97. And over the next 2 to 3 weeks, if we close today below 287.97, I would expect 216.54. And so that would be the ultimate outcome. I would no longer, under the current conditions, expect 162.87 as a 3 to 5 week target. I think that becomes clarified with the settlement then below 216.54. But what I do see is likely is if we close today back below 287.97, no good reason to stay long, no good reason to be long. You actually want to be entering, maybe scaling into a short position, anticipating then within 2 to 3 weeks 216.54. And on the way down, if you don't get short with a settlement today below 287.97, I think you can do so aggressively with a settlement below the 272.42 low that was put out. That was the low of the high from Monday. That has pivot point qualities unto itself. But that downside scenario is not likely. What is likely are continued buying pressures that are likely to enter the market now. 319.02, a 3 to 5 day swing trade. 376.84, a 3 to 5 week swing trade. You should know that on Tuesday, wickedstocks.com put out another stock pick on, what was it? DoorDash, right? Yes, DoorDash. Wait, no, that was on Monday. Tuesday, I actually forget what stock pick we put out, to be perfectly honest with you. Rubrik. That is a cloud-based American company that does cloud-based security and data management. It's a large cap stock that is right on the edge of a significant buy signal. Its 20% gain could be realized within just a few weeks because of the volatility of that particular stock. DoorDash was the day earlier. So this week we've done DoorDash, Rubrik. Last week was Robinhood, Broadcom. You could see them all by going to wickedstocks.com and taking advantage of our 5-day free trial. You'll also see daily Triple Q, daily SPY analysis, weekly Apple stock analysis, and the stock picks that I just mentioned. So check out wickedstocks.com for that information. I think that pretty much rounds it out. Please click like, share, subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with Thursday's Tesla, and you have a great day.